Roasters coffee is historically great coffee, and you can't go wrong with that brand, that blend of coffee, because of the fact that it is very delicious. It is awesome. I will be having at least one cup when I get into, basically when I get to this show is over, the program's over, and I can focus on my morning routines of a few things. Also, not only American Pride Roasters Coffee, I want you to look into another one of our sponsors, and that's New Life Holistic. Take a listen here. I don't know what you've been going through, but I'm certain that you're tired of the useless systems you've been wasting on money for therapy. Contact New Life Holistics by going to newlifeholistics.com right now. Give them the code MOJO50 and save $50 on your first session. Biofeedback may be the one solution that can help you. Try New Life Holistics today. Yes, contact New Life Holistic. Let them know that Watson from Battle for Freedom sent you. And this is the way that you allow yourself to learn a little bit more of just what biofeedback looks to experience. I think a lot of us are going to be triggered over the next several weeks, next few months, or next several months, next several years, as evil continues to get itself availing, or the shocking revelations. Actually, that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about the real America, shocking revelations. And this, when I say the real America, what's going to be crazy about this is it's literally REEL instead of REAL. I think as we learn a little bit more about the REEL, we'll learn a whole lot more about the REAL of America. And it's just really sad. I'm going to go through a couple stories here. I'll give you some video in a minute, right? But right now, I'm covering some of the stories I was looking at yesterday that kind of bothered me. Well, no, here's one actually that should bother a lot of us. Huge asteroid, twice the size of the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, will pass Earth on Friday, and it is the biggest space rock to come our way in 2022. So we have another system. I don't know. I don't know if it's me or is it you. And thanks for joining, Heidi, Trisha, Kathy with a C, Josh, and Jill. Thank you for joining. I don't know if it's me or if it's you, or how many of you really feel like everything has, and again, I'm not saying real for pun intended, but how many of us feel like this has just been nothing but a big, huge experiment that has consistently gone wild? That we're constantly looking at this show after show, drama after drama, something crazy and insane after crazy insane. Like it just, like you're saying, what's next? What's next? And it seems like it's the money, it's the action, like our news organizations are not doing what they need to. Hey, Jamie and Lep, thank you for joining. Two of the crew of Ain't You a Peach that you can catch on Mojo Fiber Radio, the dynamic duo. The dynamic duo. So as we sit here and we watch this, hey Linda, thank you for joining as well. This whole idea of we got an asteroid coming, we got a huge asteroid on the way, and with all our technology, they're saying it's going to be near Earth collision, right? And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, we need a collision with truth. We need a collision with reality. And I think that there's going to be shocking revelations about who we are when there's fear in the air that things may go wrong. I was talking to one of my buddies about this yesterday. Hey, Curtis, thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm going to catch that one there in a second here. I love this. Well, I'm just going to say it for now, and then I'll see if I can get it working better in the second half. But Jamie says, I think everything at this point is just a game of fear. Yes, it is. Everything is just a game of fear, and as we sit here watching this thing unveil itself, it's just keeping us in fear, worrying about asteroids and new viruses and bugs and poxes and you name it. And what was really interesting in watching this thing, I was having a conversation. I don't know if it was listening to the Daily Mojo last week talking about this. They come on Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, what was really interesting was I think they were talking about Lake Mead, or no, it was one of my other friends who were talking about the whole idea of water shortages. And the idea is, they're seeing these low numbers on what the water is. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, it's not a drought. I'm just going to say this. I'll get the tinfoil if you want me to. But the crazy part about this is it's not a drought that they're experiencing out there. They can say it's the sun all they want. Now, you know how they talked about the many highways that they have underground, basically connecting major cities. There's a lot of things going on underneath where they've built cities. They've done movies of this. Greenland, 2012, of basically escape capsules, and basically places to go and hide when when we have a scorched earth. When there's a scorched earth, I mean, for crying out loud, the premise of what is it, Resident Evil, is the whole idea of they have these underground locations of these cities that are underground. Every last one of this dystopian, I talked about dystopia last night or yesterday. And this whole idea that they have all these cities, they're prepared for a scorched earth policy. They're prepared for this. The reason why they don't want people using up the resources, the reason why Gavin Newsom right now is making a threat to Californians to not spend any more water than they need to, is that they've been flushing all that water into the underground cities that they have. This is my time to have my UFO crazy things. I mean, for crying out loud, we had conversations where panels were speaking about UFO last week or the week before. So I'm giving the room, to basically make these things. Lake Mead, it's not that it's dried up. No, it's just that the water has been redirected. I mean, there are literally movies. Frozen is about a dam being created that kept people locked into a location and basically was going to continue to just wipe out another location. I mean, we literally have Disney movies, regular movies, a cartoon, 3D, live, of cities being underground, droughts being created because water was diverted. Every apocalyptic movie is dealing with some sick, twisted person who wanted all the resources for themselves, and the rest of society had the water shut off. The Book of Eli, right? The Book of Eli. How many other different movies that you have to go to where people control the water? They control the essential supplies. Not because of the fact that we were in shortage, but because they wanted the power. Right now, people were told they were non-essential. Now people are told you can't work if you don't have certain, you don't comply. You're basically told that you are a pariah to society if you don't subscribe to a certain mind think. Soylent Green, Curtis says. Soylent Green. Jin says it's a hemorrhoid flying at us. Asteroids are a lot closer to an inner body experience. And Left wants his Soylent Green. Cannibal. Stinky cannibals. So here it is, so I believe a lot of our resources are going underground to these cities to create these flourishing cities. See, they're getting you to believe. Oh, so they're selling all this retail space in virtual reality because they want you to believe that virtual reality space that they're selling is the going price for land and areas underground in the cities where they're building everything. The virtual reality things, everything that you're seeing right now, they're getting a view of what's being built and the real estate and everything that's going there. You know how we've always talked about, why are these famous people retiring? Why are these people disappearing? They're going to a special place. But the thing about it is that they're going to be a whole lot closer to hell than they really think, than they really know. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for joining. Oh my goodness, this is so crazy. Asteroids. Yep, they're coming. They're on their way, and we're in a lot of trouble. Here's another one I said seen. Yeah, this is on Daily Mail, because again, I feel like there's this like theme going on. We're basically sending the warning signs. So something weird is going on. Yeah, something weird, quote unquote, is going on with our universe. Hubble detects changes in the rate of expansion that cannot be explained by current physics. It is expanding at a strange rate. New data from the Hubble Space Telescope suggests the iconic telescope has completed a nearly 30-year marathon of data collection, created milepost markers to help precisely measure expansion and rate of the universe. No. It's measuring and determining the rate at which wormwood is coming. So this one that's going to be flying by at the end of the week, it's not wormwood. Wormwood's on the way. So when they tell you 2025 timelines to 2030 timelines of, we got to be ready because, that's the we can't fix this until after 2029, 2030, where a lot of these, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense as to why during the Paris Climate Accord, Russia and China and India, they did not have to worry about complying to the global emission standards until 2052, 2072, 2070, or whatever the ridiculous is. It was not like at the same pace that was required for America. America had to shut everything down now. America had to shut down everything now. Maybe because of the fact that, we're not the greatest nation on earth, but we have a lot of technology. So between United States, China, Japan, and whatever they're doing in Africa, I think that Europe is gone. Like when you watch the movie, The Day After Tomorrow, and you see all the countries that are underneath snow, we sit here and we watch, and it's like, there's going to be some serious concerns. Hey, Jamie, she says wormwood in the Bible is a star, not an asteroid. Are you certain? Oh, you know what? I think that we're probably going to have to do a study on that just to confirm. Maybe I'll actually spend 72 weeks on Revelation when I get to that book, when I'm doing Wednesday in the Word. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my old model of Wednesday in the Word, just sidebar. I'm going to do an old model of giving you the breakdown of the books, and then after I'm done with the Revelation, I'm going to go back and we'll spend some time covering some of those different things. I think that'll be a very good discussion, especially in light of the idea that our universe is expanding and that we don't know everything that's taking place there. Everything just doesn't make sense. It'll be very interesting to see how far this goes. I don't believe people fully comprehend exactly how bad this is going to be. Yes, Tim says, you remember a few years back when the DHS shut down and took over those observatories? That's exactly what I'm saying here. All those observatories had to go down at the same time for updates. Yeah, you basically shut down those observatories so people could not see the big rock on its way. Jamie's sharing Revelation 8:10. The third angel sounded his trumpet, and a great star, blazing like a torch, fell from the sky on the third of the rivers, and oh, so it does say star. So here's the question, though. Okay, because we're actually going to do this. We're actually going to do this when we talk about shocking revelations in real America. So she says, oh no, I want to. Oh my goodness, I got to get this feature set up. I'm gonna hope. My goal is to hopefully have it done by the break, and we're gonna do this. I'm actually gonna spend some time on this one because this is very, very, very interesting. Because I'm now intrigued. I'm very, very intrigued what she's saying here. Let's spend some time on this one here. Okay. Revelation 8:10. The third angel sounded his blaze trumpet, and a great star blazing like the torch fell from the sky on a third of the rivers and on the springs of water. The name of the star is Wormwood. A third of the waters turned bitter, and many people died from the waters that had become bitter. Now, you know what, Jamie Christopher from Ain't Your Peach? I want to leave this up for a second because you really, Curtis says a piece of an exploded star. Well, here's a question for you. I mean, just work with me here on this. Okay, this is all conjecture on our parts right now. But is it possible that that star really so much so wasn't literally a burning ball of fire like the sun that we have, but the burning rock coming into our atmosphere because of breaking the Earth's atmosphere, and it looks like a big fireball star? I don't know. I mean, but I think this will be. I think we should circle back on this. I think we should circle back on this because now I'm really, really going to be intrigued. Again, but more important than whether or not Wormwood's a star or Wormwood's an asteroid or a planetoid, whatever it is, I know Jesus and know him well because there's not going to be any room when Wormwood's hitting and you have nothing to do and you have nowhere to hide. Now, here's a shocking revelation to a lot of people because a lot of people don't like him. He's a fellow brother in Christ, and I just don't understand why there's so much hate. There's so much hate on this, but back in the news, and the haters are out. Haters gonna hate. No, sorry, let me not do that to you. Pence says he's open to running against Trump in 2024. Ex-president spokesman says VP is desperate and trying to chase his lost relevance. Trump's former vice president did not rule out the potential White House bid, despite trailing him in multiple GOP voter surveys. A new Republican voter poll in Wisconsin shows Pence with less than 5%. Ex-president spokesman said Pence's political career was salvaged by Trump. Of course, the ex-presidents. Oh my goodness! You mean someone who sides with the presidents is not going to say that Mike Pence didn't have a chance if it wasn't for Trump? Are you kidding me? Really? See, I want to tell you the shocking revelations, and we don't want to hear this, is that we put our hope. Every last one of us, we're putting our hope in political parties. We're putting our hope in the stock markets. We're putting our hope in everything except God. And I'm telling you, the real America, this has been all a show, okay? This may have been the land of liberty. This may have been the land of new hope and dreams and everything like that. But we're going to see the real REEL and the REAL picture of what America looks like. And if we don't wake up, it's going to be cataclysmic on the revelations of what's being revealed here. We're putting all our hope in star figures. I mean, think about this right now. America is in the process of letting us watch and spend our time or waste our time showing the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial. This is the most insane thing in the world that I can imagine. Why are we so fixated on this foolishness? Oh no, because the fact that we just have to be that way. We just have to be insane. We have to be ridiculous in what we're doing. We're literally watching a trial. We literally were inundated for days upon days of everything coming up to the wedding of Khloe or Kourtney Kardashian and everything like that. We're overwhelmed by this nonsense, and I'm like, who cares? We make them stars. The people who we sit there and hope that they say that they care about everyone, all these A-listers and everything like that, who say that they have compassion and they care, and every last one of them, they spend all their time just flaunting on themselves. They're not ready for any kind of real conversation here about what's going on. But we keep putting all our hope in them. We put all our hope in them. And I'm not lying to you. There's going to be a moment. Where God's going to be like, I'm done. I'm done. I want to see this come to an end. This is utter foolishness. Star power. That's the thing about it. We've taken the Hollywood red carpet thing, and Trump is literally Hollywood red carpet. He's political. He is DC red carpet, and we don't want to let this go. Oh, yeah, we gotta trust him. We're in a lot of troubles, folks. We're in a lot of trouble. Trouble. And if we don't wake up, we're going to be in a lot of trouble here. Tim. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Yes, Trump has always been a player even before he got into office. This is I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just really concerned that we're not going to really fully believe what's going on here until the truth slaps us in the face. Let's do this. Let's go to a break. I'm your host, Watson Predate from Battle4Freedom on Mojo 5 Radio. We'll talk more about the real America and shocking revelations when we get back from the break. For now, enjoy. God bless. Talk to you on the flip side. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. Romans 10:14 through 17. How then will they call on him who they have not believed? And how are they to believe in him of whom they have never heard? And how are they to hear without someone preaching? And how are they to preach unless they are sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who preach the good news. But they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah says, Lord, who has believed what he has heard from us? So faith comes from hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. 2 Corinthians 5:17. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old is passed away. Behold, the new has come. I share these passages with you because of the fact that we know John 3:16. We probably barely hear Romans 10:14 through 17. And most doubtedly, we never hear 2 Corinthians 5:17.
Life as a believer in Christ requires change. To make a decision for Christ, we recognize that there is something wrong in our lives and we need to do different. We need to be better, but we can't be better on our own strength. So we hear the gospel message, moved by the Spirit of God, and we respond. I ask you now, if you've heard the message, please respond and live for His glory.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Watson Prunier from Battle for Freedom on Mojo 5 Radio, and I appreciate every last one of you as we get into another broadcast of Battle for Freedom on Mojo 5 Radio, or we continue the broadcast of Battle for Freedom on Mojo 5 Radio. Spending some time here having some good discussion and having some fun as we sit here and talk about the real America, shocking revelations, and we have this good discussion. One of the things that I found was very interesting as we were going through this topic, and before going to the break, we were talking about the idea of Trump people downgrading or denigrating Michael Pence, basically saying he's trying to find his relevance, and there were some really good comments about yes, here it is. Let me see if I can do this one and see if I can get this feature to finally work. It's here. I'm going to do this one, and I'm going to say send, and let's make you live. Jamie says Trump is one of the puppets. One of the puppets played his part, and now it's time for a new player. And then now it's going to catch everybody's comments. This is very interesting as you see here and you watch this. We are in a point where people don't seem to recognize or understand how badly all of this has just been a game. How all of this has just been nothing but... it's been nothing but foolishness. And I'm just kind of like, we're going to have to wake up from this. America is on the worst path possible. And I don't know if we really want to repent from what it is that we're doing. Let's get into some of the organizations. I've talked about this, but I know a lot of people are going to think I'm not just a hating. But you know what? Because you know what? See, this is the thing about it's very interesting. And this is the area that's really dangerous about what we are doing right now. Every aspect of everything we do, from talk radio to regular news to online conversations with people on social media and big tech, everything is about shocking revelations or information about this. Project Veritas is about shocking revelations about things that have been thought were concealed. The Bible says a lot of people would try and hide the things, but those things will be revealed. The things that people thought would be concealed will be revealed. And one of the organizations that I believe that is stuck with this craziness is Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter gave $200,000 to Radical Chicago group whose leader calls cops pigs, says to fund these bees, and is sympathetic to Tupac Shakur's aunt, who is on the FBI's most wanted list. We're finding out a whole lot of the money that was given from Black Lives Matter to a lot of different people. A brother gets, $700,000 for a security contract. Boyfriend gets a contract for consulting fees and everything like that. And the worst part about it is that, instead of basically calling out the behavior, what I will be told is, well, where do you think we learned it from? Instead of being accountable and basically saying, yes, we were wrong for misusing that money. No, we basically got that habit from white people. That's what I've got from Christians. Where do you think we learned it from? If that is your answer of where do you think we learned it from, because of the fact that we don't want to listen to the truth. We don't want to acknowledge the truth. I'm telling you, there's a major, major problem. There's a major, major concern that we need to be reevaluating about what's going on with our lives. You know, it's just this whole idea. Well, where do you think we learned it from? That's not the answer. That's not the answer. Lord, forgive us. That's the answer. We need to see that the judgment's coming, whether it's wormwood or whatever it is that's about to hit the earth, whatever near earth collisions that we have, or actual earth collisions we have, earth extinction level events that takes place. We need a whole bunch of Abrahams crying out to God. If there's at least 50, 10, 5, 1 righteous person, please have mercy on us. Because the real America is being, this is it. The REEL, the REAL. Y'all keep thinking that Black Lives Matter was a legit organization? Oh my goodness. You serious? You really believed? Think about this. There's so much effort going in to denigrate, and there's a lot about the Catholic Church I may not agree with. But there are things that were good that the Catholic Church did do right. Now, all this stuff about what they did to children and all, and just sexual abuse, no. What they did about putting this unrealistic thing about telling men that they can't get married, unrealistic, because your first evil created the other evils. Your first evil created the other evils. We're sitting here thinking that, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut for a second here as I try not to scream. Let's do this one here. Jamie says, and God being removed from schools, and people have turned away from God on their. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. And they don't want to think about what they're doing here. And I'm telling you, what is on the way, we're in a lot of trouble. We're in a lot of trouble if we don't get our acts together. We need to fix this, and we need to fix this now. Because if we don't, there's going to be a lot of hell to pay. There's going to be a lot of hell to pay. Let's look at the next one here. Actually, that was excuse me one second. Sorry. There was another article that I was looking at, which was really, you have this thing where they're saying that Elon Musk is saying that Elon Musk is now accused of rape. It's just, listen, here's the thing on Elon. If Elon is guilty of what he did, then let him be judged on his actions. But I'm watching a boatload of stuff that we ourselves are doing, whether it's Elon Musk, whether it's political figures, it doesn't matter. What is it? Son of cult mom, Lori Vallow. Cult moms. We have cults here in America. The land of the free, the home of the brave, and the desperately wicked. Jeremiah 17:9 says, the heart is deceitfully wicked beyond all measures. Who can know it? God. Don't ever say God knows my heart, because he definitely knows our hearts. And what we've been doing, it's really sad. Here's another one. Another shocking revelation that I saw. I saw this one. It was really chilling moment. Woman is found yelling for help inside abandoned Chicago home where she was kidnapped, tied up, and sexually assaulted for 5 days as cops search for a suspect who fled scenes moment before. And we're better? You think we're better than Putin? You think we're better than Zelensky? You think we're better than Pol Pot? You think we're better than crap hole countries? This is happening in every neck of the wood. In almost every neck of the wood. For crying out loud, there was a girl that was rescued who was kidnapped last week from her father, from her family. And the only reason why that they found her was she was on porn pages. And this is happening in America. Let's not even talk about what's happening inside the abortion clinics. This is what's happening in America right now. Tell me, why is it that God should bless this country? No, I'm not being Jeremiah Wright, but I'm trying to basically let us see the real America about how we've been play acting good while trying to conceal our evil. We act like we are we have this moral fortitude that sets the stage of what other countries. Yes, we've given millions and billions in aid and everything like that, but that means nothing in the economy of God. This is the reason why Battle for Freedom is here, is to remove the illusions that we are something that we say that we are, but we are not. There's only one person who's good, and that's God. God, he is the only good, right person, and unless we are allowing him to move through us, that's the only way we have the economy of doing anything good, anything right. But we sit here, and this is not just the only one. Yes, Tim, our own standards. Our own standards. We are operating on our own standards, and we keep thinking that we are something that we're not. And God's basically saying, I'm about to reveal to you everything about who you are. We're fighting. They say that Mike Pence is fighting for relevance. America's trying to fight for relevance. Conservatives are trying to fight for relevance. Democrats are trying to fight for relevance. You've got movements. You've got Antifa. You got Black Lives Matter. You've got the 5%ers or whatever they were. You have all these different groups that are out there trying to find relevance or relevance, and the issue is that the true relevance of the true picture of relevance and importance is on God, and every last one of our small movements are nothing but tiny idols and altars that are blurring out our vision to be literally falling on our faces, praying out to God, asking for forgiveness. Lord, find at least one righteous person, that you may have mercy on our land. Find that one, that diamond in the rough. Let's find that diamond in the rough in the United States. Just give us one. Give us one diamond in the rough. I do that for my kids. They love when I do that from Aladdin. I'm looking for the diamond in the rough. Oh my goodness, that was one of my kids. I love them. They love my diamond in the rough thing. My wife was like, "How many of you think that Daddy needs a voiceover job so he can make us some real money?" Oh my goodness. Oh Lord Jesus, help us. Help us. Oh my goodness. Hey, talk about a diamond in the rough, or you may need a diamond in this rough. Yeah, I found this really funny. Priciest place on earth. Family of four hit with $8,400 and $80 tab for a 5-day Disney vacation as skyrocketing ticket prices and lack of cheaper options put this great American getaway out of the reach of middle-class folks. Yeah. God making everything expensive. Gas expensive, food expensive, entertainment expensive. Oh, everything's going to be reeling. No pun intended. Holy moly guacamole. Oh my goodness. I mean, here's the other one. Because I saw this one, and this one's really sad. Yoga teacher wondered over cycling stars shooting murder. Used a silencer to mask gunfire and stole a bike to make it look like robbery gone wrong. claim Texas shaken neighbors as they hunt for the fugitive continues. Cyclist Mariah Mo Wilson was shot dead on May 11th in Austin, Texas, while she was visiting from San Francisco to prepare for a race. A tipster told the police that the yoga teacher, Caitlin Armstrong, 35, was furious with Wilson due to the cyclist's brief affair with her boyfriend, Colin Strickland. Colin Strickland, sorry. Yeah, you're Colin because you can't be faithful. That Freudian slip was probably justice. That was a good Freudian slip. Colon instead of Colin. But we can't get faithfulness. We can't get faithfulness for people. We're not getting it in marriage. We're not getting it in relationships. And we're definitely not getting it with God. And he's like, I'm tired of y'all. Of all the blessings I've given you, you are more than blessed for what I've given you. Let's continue the rabbit trail here, because it's not just black folk going gak gak gak. It's even white folk who are having this issue. Kentucky woman faces up to 40 years in prison after admitting to killing her newborn baby boy by throwing him off a second-story balcony just a few hours after he was born. Woman in Manchester, Kentucky pleaded guilty to killing her infant child. The court heard she dropped the baby into a garbage bag before throwing him off a 2-story balcony and left him outside for hours until he was found. Neighbors discovered the bag and called the police, but the boy died soon after. Are we really better than the... Let's use some of the offensive terms that we use. Towel head camel jockeys? Are we really better? Are we really better than the goat humpers? Really? Are we? I mean, forgive the term, but we have taken this moral high road that we're not having sex with animals in Middle Eastern countries between drilling and finding oil and sand. But how much better are we better than many of these quote-unquote third world countries when we're doing things like this? We have so much freedom. We have the freedom to just kill children indiscriminately. We have the freedom to just basically kidnap people and put them in sex slave trade indiscriminately. But we're better. We're better. Shocking revelations. Shocking revelations about who... let me get to what Kathy says here. She says, hold on a second, let me bring this thing up so you can see this. I'm getting used to this thing. Please forgive me. Kathy says, no. She says, this is because kids are having kids and they don't realize, this thing is driving me up the wall. It's just going off the crayon. Kathy, this is because kids are having kids and they don't realize that it takes your entire life to be changed to raise them. And when they have enough, they discard it like it's a broken toy. This is... We're killing them in the womb. We're killing them outside the womb. But we're a morally better nation because we give. Because we send money, we send supplies in the midst of disaster. Yeah. God is really showing us who we are. And you want to talk about the real America. Maryland man pretended to be a police officer for 15 years with fake badge, real gun, and trained bite dog. Ruse fell apart when he tried to detain a pair of restaurant patrons over a bill dispute. This black guy has been impersonating police officers for 15 years. I mean, he has the lights on the front of his car. And I'm telling you that his ruse of 15 years has been our ruse in America for more than a century. We lost something here in America. I don't think it was back in the 1950s, the 1960s during the sexual revolution. It wasn't in the last 50 years. It wasn't around World War II and the basically dropping off the atomic bomb, the early age of the atomic age. It wasn't the stock market crash, or it wasn't, bringing about women's suffrage or in the 1920s, or ending slavery in the 1860s. There was something morally wrong with America, because no matter how much we say that we were a nation founded after God and on Christian principles and Christian liberties, we had the right model, we had the worst execution. We had, excuse me, we didn't follow the instructions. The path of liberty was laid out to do this right, and on inception we did wrong. This is not a segment on critical race theory, because I don't believe in that lie from hell. But that we do have to answer for the crimes of what we did, where we felt it was perfectly fine to purchase and keep people, whether white or black, and treat them like cattle. That stain will not go away. Oh, my ancestors. Now, see, here's the thing about it. I'm not should be held accountable for my ancestors. I wasn't even around. No, but see, we keep turning a blind eye to all of our sin. See, the same way we're turning our blind eye to Planned Parenthood, to Donald Trump, and to Joe Biden, and the Clintons, and the Kardashians, and the NFL, and all these major players, as we turn a blind eye to their reprobate behavior, this is exactly what they did on the inception of this nation, when they said it was okay to basically own people like cattle and never give them the freedom to live and survive and have their own life. We failed. America failed. Yeah, there may have been some great success in 1789 and 1776. Or was it 1541 or no, 1492 when Columbus discovered America, or was that in 1512? I can't remember. Maybe it might have been 1492 he discovered the West Indies or something like that. Sorry, I got to really go back to my social studies from, a gazillion eons ago. But here it is that on the inception of our country, we started our country based off in sin. It was liberty for some, but not liberty for all. And right now, what are we angry about? Is that the elites are basically saying liberty for some, not liberty for all. Every last one of us, to some component, some degree, are fulfilling that lie and deception, like we can do better than the others. And God is basically saying, no, you can't. No, you can't. And it's time for us to wake up. And I mean, look how petty we are. Here's another one. I saw this, and this was just heartbreaking. I was shot over 83 cents. 21-year-old McDonald's cashier was nearly shot dead by a fireman who was upset over a Big Mac coupon. Step away from the Mac. Because it truly is not a diamond in the rough. that McDonald's Big Mac will be rough on your system. It has been literally rough on your physiology, and you actually had the sickness and the mind sickness to shoot somebody over a Big Mac coupon. Oh my goodness. And we think that Putin's the bad one. Every aspect of who we are, God is showing us in a mirror, and He's like, wake up because it's about to get worse. A Big Mac. A Big Mac. Yeah. Suspected drunk driver runs over sheriff's deputy as Texas Go Topless Jeep weekend turns into a melee. More than 100 arrests, 38 people injured, and 40,000 descend on the beach for a wild party. Yeah. Let's run over law enforcement. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to party like it's 1999. Yeah. Here's justification of Tacklegate. You don't know about Tacklegate. Man who tried to tackle Dave Chappelle on stage during comedy said he was inspired by Will Smith standing up for his wife by slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. Isaiah Lee, 23, basically stormed on stage during Dave Chappelle on Monday, May 3rd comedy show and attempted to hit the comedian but failed and was arrested. Lee was charged for 4 misdemeanors and remains in jail. Basically saying that another accuser said he tried to come and kill him. Now, basically, they said Lee said Smith was standing up for his wife when he hit Rock, which encouraged him to stand up for the LGBT community and homeless people. We're standing up for all the craziness. Pittsburgh Steelers QB Dwayne Haskins drank heavily and had ketamine in his system and went to a club with a cousin or a friend the night before he was killed by a dump truck while walking along Florida highway, autopsy reveals. This baby is yours. Johnny Depp trial takes even stranger turn when fan holds up her child and shouts at Pirates of the Caribbean actor claiming he's the father. How much more? Tim says, I just want a bun. Is it a McDonald's bun or is it a man bun? Booyah! I got you on that one, baby. I got you on that one. Oh, just too much fun. Folks, in all seriousness, we have to be praying. Because right now, there is this false illusion that hope is coming back in the midst of... Do you realize that the Dow Jones had dropped 3,000 points in less than 3 weeks? U.S. stocks finally rally after 7 straight weeks of losses. S&P rises 1.9%, Dow Jones spikes 2%, and NASDAQ surges 1.6% despite 2-month slump. 2-month slump. Yeah. See, right now, they're doing everything that they can to try and give you this, again, running the reel, that this is a successful administration and we're doing everything. I mean, literally, Democrats are getting behind and saying that Biden's doing a successful job. Every time I look at, Daily Mail saying Biden's ratings finally go at its lowest point. It said 39%. I'm like, wait, you had 32%, 34% like 3 weeks ago. 39 is not low. No. Low, all-time low, which is actually where it probably really is probably about 12%. But we have this illusion. We have this illusion that we have success, and God's basically saying, you have neither. Take care, Trisha, and take care, everyone. There's going to be some serious shocking revelations that God's going to share about who we are and what we're doing wrong. Until we get to that point, folks, we are in a lot of trouble. I'm your host, Watson Frenier from Battle4Freedom 105 Radio. Take care. God bless. I'm out. Ron Off the Gray and Brad Staggs, they're up next. Yeah, can you say that 10 times fast?